Yes?
That's true, my lord.
The question again. Mr. Mulberry, you will agree that this report contains all the tests you carried out on the... Much obliged, my lord. For the record, Alison Karahanga.
Yes, okay.
When a blood pattern analysis was done, correct?
There's a team which was...
Director of Forensic what?
I am the Director of Forensic Services.
Of the Uganda Police.
Yes, you was what?
You were aware and present when a blood pattern analysis was done.
I was aware there's a team undertaking that analysis.
And present?
And present in the command center.
There is a command van.
Blood analysis what?
Blood pattern analysis.
Pattern analysis was done.
In fact, you are also, as Director of Forensic Services, the police officer with full command and control of scene of crime officers.
My lord, I superintend over them in an administrative capacity.
Superintend over who?
Scene of crime officer, SOCO. So, do you know if fingerprints were taken in this case or not?
My lord, I have not seen a report to that effect yet.
So there is no report on fingerprints?
I didn't say there is no report. I haven't seen one myself, because I'm not a fingerprint
You
expert.
haven't seen one?
I have seen a report on what?
Fingerprints.
In what?
On any item in this house.
In this case, in other
In
words.
this case, rather. Understand your report a little bit. If you go with me to page 6, to page 21.
So it is 21.
Page 21, paragraph 6.
You go there. Are you there?
Are you there? You there?
Can you read for me?
Okay, so at this page you are giving us results of the DNA, and you're saying that it's a billion times likely that the suspect Mole Katanga is the donor of the DNA profiles obtained from the following exhibits. So would I be correct to say that she's the single donor on those exhibits?
My lord, these were single donor profiles, and we attribute...
Thank you. So she's a single donor. Now look at
Those exhibits still.
yes.
Then
Look at 6A, Roman numeral 5. My lord, I seek your indulgence. I don't know if it would be in order for a copy of a DNA report to be shared with the lady and gentleman, with the gentleman and lady assessors, so that they are able to follow as we are questioning him, because it's a highly technical report, and
you have more copy.
I think
But watch the record. What you are doing, they will get a report and compare.
I don't know if we can get an extra copy. We'll just seek your indulgence that we'll be allowed to share it with them in the course of the examination. So, paragraph 6, Roman numeral 5.
Yeah.
Is blood from a swab, cutting from the blood swab from the bathroom door in the master bedroom. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is specimen ID 682Y23S013.
So it's fair to say that on the bathroom door, Mole Katanga deposited blood.
Yes, the blood on from this particular swab, which is attributed to the bathroom door, is from a single donor, likely to be suspect Mole Katanga.
No, let's leave your prejudicial words like suspect. The presumption here is innocence.
Yes, my lord.
So now, the next one is a blood, that is VI, is blood from the swab of the door handle for the bedroom opposite the master bedroom. Again, would I be correct to say Mole Katanga bled while making contact with that door?
My lord is asking about activity. I cannot talk about activity. I can only tell you about the source.
The source is blood. You see now we are at a different level.
Yes.
The gun, you don't know what it is.
Yes.
This, you know someone was bleeding.
Yes, and that is Molly's
blood.
In the blood.
Molly's blood.
Yes.
Was where?
On the door, opposite the master bedroom. At the next one, which is VII, Molly's blood was in the changing room.
Yes, that is a changing room inside master bedroom.
Was the changing room?
Yes.
In the changing room?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway.
We even recovered her hair, which is the next page. Her hair
Yes, that is
with blood
a piece of hair with suspected blood stains. That is
recovered from a door frame.
to the washroom.
Here. Is it the one we recovered?
Well, I'm not sure he was there.
My lord, I did not recover.
You examined?
I examined exhibit labeled H, a piece of hair with suspected blood stains recovered from the door frame to the washroom.
Examined a piece of what?
And that is Mole Katanga's hair. Mole Katanga, a piece of hair with blood. Now explain to us activity level propositions.
My lord, activity level propositions are propositions that would ordinarily be developed by an expert, and these arise out of activity level propositions are those that are developed by an expert. They should be developed in pairs. In pairs, and they should be mutually exclusive.
But there are propositions that deal with the activity that
These
cause the
propositions-
DNA to be deposited.
These propositions are formulated. These propositions are formulated prior to undertaking any analysis.
My question is, are they propositions that you're just making a speech? Let's deal with the questions you're being
My
asked.
lord, I was asked to explain activity propositions. That's what I'm explaining.
Yes. My language is so short.
No, it's okay. I don't know what
So these propositions, these propositions are ideally supposed to be done before an analysis be done, and they result from an investigator who has questioned, who has been able to interview either the victim or the suspect in question.
Those are where you can say an activity level proposition would be able to tell the activity that caused the DNA to be deposited. Would give you the hypothesis.
My lord, the propositions that we form are only able to give you an indicator.
An indicator.
An indicator
Of the
of whether to believe a certain set of propositions or the other. So that's why we do them in pairs, mutually exclusive, and they should be developed after a careful analysis by the investigators, interview of both the victim or the suspect in question.
Would it take a forensic scientist to know that if you found blood on the side of the door with someone's hair,
My lord,
that
that's,
person's head was bashed up on that wall? Do you need a master's from King's College London?
No, my lord, that's not our role. We cannot begin developing propositions without a clear instruction from the investigator.
Develop what?
You can't develop propositions without a clear instruction. So the investigators were not interested in knowing how Mole Katanga's blood was deposited all over that room.
I don't know.
A change denomination.
My lord, I cannot answer that question because I'm not the investigator.
DNA results badira ngoshaga mayi bashangire aharudi weche nabiro ikeye amore Katanga nenijo yibashangire omukishenje echango aha mukono sorry omukishenje kiri opposite n'ekishenje chango aharudi rwacho naye kere amore Katanga nenizo yibashangire omukishenje chango naye kere amore Katanga nishoche yibashangire ho shaga
Correct?
Page
23
of the report.
of the report.
What is it about, sir?
These are single source profiles of Mr. Henry Katanga, correct?
These are single source profiles which are attributed to the deceased.
And you can confirm that in number 4, that you got blood on the white bed sheet recovered from the bed.
My Lord, that is
which is Exhibit D9.
Yes, my Lord, Exhibit D9, specimen 682Y23S012, cutting from the stains on the white bed sheet recovered from the bedroom of the deceased.
So Exhibit D9 is blood on the bed sheet.
Yes, my Lord, you can.
And that blood on the bed sheet, the stains of blood on the bed sheet belong to Henry Katanga.
My Lord, this DNA was attributed to the deceased.
You also had at number 7. That was Exhibit D9, that one, the one we're talking about. Exhibit D9, which is blood on the bed sheet.
Yes.
D9 is the bed sheet found on the bed. You also recovered blood from in number 7, blood stains from the leg side of the bed frame, outer surface.
That is exhibit labeled MB.
MB, Exhibit MB.
Yes, specimen 682Y.
That's by leg side of the bed, you mean when you sit on your bed and put your legs on the floor?
You will ask the person who recovered the swab. May I only
You
transcribe?
don't know.
Yes.
So what are you talking about that?
That they recovered Henry Katanga's blood on the bed, on the leg side of the bed frame.
And they added in brackets outer surface. That's what they added.
And then, which is number 7 is Exhibit AC.
Are you going through them or you have questions?
I have questions that I'm just confirming it's only Henry Katanga that was there. It's just one more, my lord, this one, AC.
AC?
Yes.
What is that?
Which is a swab from brain matter recovered from the mosquito net. Correct?
This is, for us, the description is a cutting from the swab of suspected brain matter recovered from mosquito net.
And you confirmed it? Did you confirm whose DNA was on it?
Yes, the DNA was attributed to the deceased, my lord.
Okay? So it's fair to say that in that room, Henry Katanga only bled around the bed.
My lord, I cannot speak to activity level explanations or propositions.
So the answer is you don't know.
I don't know.
But did they give you a swab of Henry Katanga's DNA anywhere else other than near the bed?
I can see a cutting from the stains on the pink bed cover. There's a pink bed cover.
Where is that?
Number 1, D6, cutting from the stains on the pink bed cover with white, green, and brown strips.
On the bed sheet and the bed cover?
Cutting from the stains on the blue and black checkered pair of shorts. Cutting from the stains on the blue, green, yellow, pink, and orange striped pair of shorts. Cutting from the stains on the white bed sheet.
So on this pair of shorts, this was blood?
Yes.
It was blood?
Yeah, these ones were recovered at the mortuary.
Let's just confirm that.
You move with what you intended to do.
Yes.
Other, if you would invite to something, you will not follow.
Okay, my lord.
You just follow your line now, what the question is.
But you can confirm that on that bed, there is no DNA of Mole Katanga.
The portion of the, for example here where, I don't know which bed you're talking about, I'm talking about cutting from the stain on the white bed sheet recovered from the bedroom of the deceased.
On the bed?
Bedroom.
Exhibit what?
That is exhibit mark D9.
Yeah, that you are right here.
Would I be right to say that at its simplest, DNA is simply a blueprint of someone's genes or your genetic code?
Yeah, one can say that simplistically.
Yes, continue.
Would I be right to say that every human being inherits their genes from their parents?
Yes.
Aaron?
Every human being inherits their genes from their parents. And would I be right to say that we get half of our genes from our father and half from our mother?
That's correct.
So if I go to page 16 of your report,
Page 16 of the report. Yes, what does it say?
now I'm waiting for my learned friend to get hers. I want her to be with us.
Yeah.
But it's your report.
Are you there?
Are you there at page 16?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is how. Would I be fair to say that on page 16, that is how you conducted the DNA analysis?
I described the isolation of the DNA.
No. Would I be correct to say that on the whole page 16 explains how the DNA analysis was done?
That is a synopsis of how we conducted the analysis.
How what?
How DNA analysis is undertaken.
And so if I look at paragraph 2 of page 16,
Yeah.
you talk about genetic characteristics were determined, and then you say that you used PCR, STR assays, and genetic analysis. This is the part I'm interested in the sentence. Genetic analysis was at all 25 loci, including 23 autosomal markers, Y indel and the homology gender marker. And then you list these markers. Now, am I correct to say that those 25 things you've written there are the different locations on the human genome where you test for DNA?
These are the 25 locations of which are forensically relevant for analysis.
No. 25, we call them 25.
Locations.
Locations on the human genome.
On the human.
What are those?
They are locations.
Locations, loci.
So, my lord, if you looked at the report, page 16, he has a list of what look like computer names: AMEL, Penta D, Penta E, Y indel, then D18 something, D5. So those are 25 in total, correct?
Yes, my lord.
And it is from these locations where you test for?
These are the forensically relevant locations which have been globally validated for forensic human identification.
So, I would be correct to say that each of those locations has a result?
Not necessarily, depends on the quantity of DNA.
No, they may not have, but ideally when you're testing for DNA, you're looking for results at those locations.
These are the specific locations we are looking at.
Now, you go to page 45, but while keeping your hand at page 13. At page 45, there is a color table. In that report, it's black and white. you can give us that one. Page 45. We have a color. That's black and white. So yeah, you need that. Yes, that black and white. A color table was provided to the court.
Yep.
No, it's not a
The land printer is. That table, yes. It was not provided. Maybe we shall get a copy. But there's a black and white table that on page 45. Page 45, no, 45 or 48 on the actual. It looks like this. No, it's 45. It's on the report itself. Those are annexures.
What's the number?
Yeah, 45. The bottom here, 45 or 48. Or maybe we can provide this. My questions, I can ask them. So, when I look at the table, yeah, would I be correct to say that on that table, yeah, there is the sample ID, correct?
Yep.
And then in this whole top row,
Yes.
there are those 25 markers at page 13.
Yes.
Correct? And then beneath each of them, there are two numbers. Like for the first one, for example.
Those are the allele codes.
Those are what you call allele codes.
Yep.
So those two numbers.
We are recording.
Much obliged, by the way. So those two numbers there.
But of course, some spellings.
Allele is A.
He explained it here, isn't it?
My lord, maybe allele is A. Allele is it A-double-L-E-L-E?
Yes, my lord.
Yeah. A-W-A what?
A-double-L-E-L-E.
L-E.
The allele codes, these two numbers.
Allele.
Yes, the allele codes.
Where are they?
They're on the table at page 45.
Okay.
And they're underneath each DNA marker. So each DNA marker has two allele codes.
Is that
Can
true?
have more.
It can have more. But it can have more.
It can have nothing, or it can have 2, 1,
Now,
or more.
if you test DNA of a single person, say Henry Katanga, it should have 2.
Not necessarily. You can be homozygous.
Okay. So let's first go. You should, but not necessarily.
You can be homozygous.
You can be homozygous.
Or heterozygous.
Or heterozygous. So we'll come to those terms, but let me first get so we're all on the same page. So, would I be correct to say that from these two numbers, you inherit one from your father and one from your mother?
Yes, that is how kinship analysis works.
So, if I look at the table, just by way of example, yeah? The first sample, which is 682Y0S001, is Henry Katanga.
Yes, that sample was attributed, that was a control sample from the disease.
At the first location, he has two numbers, 14 and 15.
Yes, he's heterozygous 14, 15.
So that means he inherited one from his father and one from his mother.
Yes, that's correct.
So your DNA is simply a collection of those numbers at different locations. Simply.
These are repeat motifs, my lord, and they are inherited from your father or mother.
Now, you're saying that it's possible to have only one.
Yes,
if you look, for example, at one allele.
Okay.
If you look at sample S002, for example, there, that's Mole Katanga. She has one number, 16. Does that mean she inherited 16 from her father and 16 from her mother?
Yes, she's 16 homozygous at that location.
still homo.
Zygous. So when it's that, you put only one number in the table.
Yes, my lord.
So a human being, therefore, should have a maximum, a single human being should have a maximum of 2 numbers at one location.
There are some locations which are known to be trisomies, so you can have 3 at some locations.
You can inherit from your father, your mother, and your...
It's a mutation which you call a trisomy.
Did you come across that here?
Not from the profiles that we were able to examine.
So let's deal with the profiles we're able to examine. Ideally, a human being should have one from his father and one from his mother. But it's possible to have the same number.
Yes.
So there should be a maximum of 2 to give you one person.
Yes.
So I know you have a person when I have 2, maximum of 2 at every location.
No, but they are what
if I have 1, it's also one person.
That is the ideal situation. We have what we call PCR artifacts, including status and stochastic effects.
Go slow. You have PCR status, those are not people. Those are mistakes in your lab or...
No, they are not mistakes. They are as a result of PCR slippage.
So the PCR can slip and give you wrong results.
No.
It can give you a fake peak.
No, it's not about a fake peak. It is a known artifact globally. That PCR, when you copy DNA, there is slippage.
There is slippage. Yeah, you're
And
talking about electropherograms.
No, I'm just telling you how PCR works.
We're coming to the electropherogram and your PCR, but we are first here.
Yes.
We want to understand it very slowly. So a human being has a maximum of 2 at a location.
The majority of human beings are either homozygous or heterozygous.
You can have 1. So I use the word maximum. So let's work together. Just answer what you asked. Don't volunteer.
Yes.
Answer what you asked. So a human being has a maximum of 2 at a particular location.
My lord,
yes.
I can explain this. When you inherit the same allele from your mother and your father, the electropherogram indicates it as 1.
Like for example,
yes.
Mole Katanga at number 16.
So Molly, for example, the person in question at location
002.
D3 for sample 002 at chromosome 3 intron 1358, they are 16 homozygous.
So there's one number there which is 16.
Yes, which means they inherited 16 repeat motifs from the father and 16 repeat motifs from the mother.
So for purposes of your table, yes, where I see 2 numbers,
yes,
that means it is one person. If I see 1 number, it's also one person.
My lord, we look at a profile, not a specific location.
Yeah, on this profile, across the profile.
Yes.
If I see 2 numbers, it means that like Mole Katanga is one person.
So that is what a trained analyst is supposed to do.
So she has a maximum of 2 numbers.
Yes.
Okay, let's get that on record. Now,
That what?
a human being on this table will have a maximum of 2 numbers, but it's possible to have 1. And the example being Mole Katanga has 1 at the first location, which is D3.
What is the example?
The example is Mole Katanga at D3. I forgot if I don't know if you have a copy of the documents you gave us.
Yes.
Defense exhibit.
Damage is at D what?
I'll use at D3. D3. Okay. I just read the first 2, but it's D3 S1358. But for purposes of brevity, the first location on his table. The sample 6H2Y23 S002, that's Mole Katanga, has 1 number, which is 16.
So it is S1?
S682Y23 S001. S002.
Okay.
So that we refer to that, my lord, as a single source profile.
That's a single source profile. Now, if you go to your electropherogram, you don't have it. If you go to what you gave us, it makes the point graphically. So if you go to page 9, yeah? Are you at page 9 of the electropherogram? That is Defense Exhibit D5, the ones which came in today. So, these here are your DNA peaks, correct? These are tables. So, would I be correct to say that right up here there is D3, this small box here at the top of the table?
Yes, that is a startup, a short tandem repeat from the chromosome number 3 in from 1358.
That's the D3 one which we looked at there. And the 16 is that number, there's a box with the number 16.
Yes, that is showing you the repeat motifs, both from the one chromatid and the other, the two chromatids.
And below that number, there is some other number. That is the peak height. That's the height, the 9,005, whatever, 80. Yes. So, the 16, you get it from here, and you transfer it to this table here.
That is done manually, transcription.
This one is manual?
Yes.
And this one?
So that one is from the system. We just generate it and print it out.
But the information here is the same as the information here?
Yeah, it's for purposes of informing court what is in the electropherogram.
So it should be the same?
The information
on the electropherogram is the same as the information at page 45 of the table, the color table. So, for a single
you have 90 minutes. Because we are breaking for lunch at 1.
Maybe my lord will break for lunch and then we'll continue.
We shall come back at 2.
Much obliged.
Is that okay with you all? Yes, ma'am. Let's break.
Much obliged.
You will continue.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
you must close by the end of this.
My lord, I'm not sure I will. Depends on the answers. But we shall try to hurry.
You can see the sum of your life.